As the Trump administration continues its efforts to cut down the size of the federal workforce, we're starting to learn more about people in Montana who have been laid off. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Ambarian talked with Montana's 2 U.S. House members to get their reaction to the ongoing reductions.
This week in Helena, Democrats in the Montana legislature held a news conference seeking to bring more attention to the impact that federal workers in the state are feeling from job reductions.
This challenge has derailed my life and my family's plans. We were planning to buy a house. My fiance was hoping to raise our family in the state that she has always called home, and our future is at risk.
Michael Meyerhofer was one of 6 Forest Service employees laid off last week on hand for the news conference. Democrats said the cuts aren't only affecting workers already laid off.
There's like this excruciating waiting time of limbo where people wake up and they check their email and they say, "Am I fired today? I don't know." And it's not fair.
Meyerhofer was a forestry technician with the Rocky Mountain Ranger District based in Choteau. He says 8 members of his team have been let go, and he worries that the public is going to notice the impact.
There will be impassable trails. There will be 6-foot, 7-foot tall piles of dead trees stopping you from crossing trails. There will be eroded sections of trail that you cannot cross safely.
Montana's 2 U.S. representatives, Republicans Ryan Zinke and Troy Downing, were in Helena Monday to address the state legislature. I caught up with them to ask their opinions on the Trump administration's handling of the federal workforce. Zinke said he wants to make sure Forest Service reductions don't affect wildfire readiness. But he said the federal government has to get serious about finding ways to save money.
And look, when I was Secretary of Interior, I stopped funding all programs until I knew where the money was going. I think that's absolutely prudent. That's what you should be doing. And at the end of the day, the good projects stay, the great projects excel, and the bad projects go away.
Downing said the federal DOGE effort has identified some concerning spending and that the government can be more surgical in determining how they should be using taxpayer money.
Well, I don't want to discount anybody losing their job. Obviously, nobody likes that. We do have some big issues that we need to address, and I think a lot of that is looking at whether we are overstaffing or staffing in the wrong way.
In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
Continuing coverage tonight on the federal layoffs impacting Forest Service employees here in Montana. Since news of these layoffs emerged, we have been diligently working to speak with local Forest Service members. However, out of fear of retaliation or worries about possible backlash, we've not gotten the chance to interview someone until today. MTN's Emily Brown joins us with insight from one local who lost his job in the recent layoffs.
Many Montanans are reeling, including one I spoke with, following the recent federal layoffs that cut 3,400 workers from the U.S. Forest Service.
I believe public land it's essential to who we are as humans.
This would have been Josh Vega's 4th year with the Forest Service.
I've been out in the Bob Marshall Wilderness, and we clear and maintain about 1,100 miles of trail with a crew roughly between 15 and 17 people.
After many years with the Conservation Corps and 2 as a temporary seasonal worker, Vega took a permanent role with the Forest Service.
I just had the security that I could take care of myself over the winter.
However, Vega was still in his probationary period and became one of thousands of people laid off last Friday.
Feels like I've been grinding to get to where I'm at now for almost a decade, and it's just been ripped out from underneath me.
A U.S. Department of Agriculture spokesperson shared the following with MTN regarding the Forest Service layoffs. Secretary Rollins fully supports President Trump's directive to optimize government operations and eliminate inefficiencies. We have a solemn responsibility to be good stewards of Americans' hard-earned taxpayer dollars and to ensure that every dollar is being spent as effectively as possible to serve the people, not the bureaucracy. USDA has released individuals in their probationary period of employment. The USDA adds that they believe in the abilities of their former staff and note those who have served the Forest Service will serve other workforce as well. The USDA says, "We are confident that talented individuals who have been affected by this change will have many opportunities to contribute to our economy and society in countless ways outside of government." However, Vega worries for the future of the lands he loves, with less people to take care of them.
Our public lands are under attack. That's what it feels like to me. And it feels like if I do not stand up for them, then no one else will.
In Missoula, Emily Brown, MTN News.